Welcome to Goldenbell Training, the #1 source for true stories about Bruce Lee on YouTube. Hey everybody, it's Goldenbell Training here. What's going on, guys? Okay, so we know that there were people who challenged Bruce Lee when he was with his students because they didn't believe that a skinny little Chinese guy was legit. Some of them thought all of that stuff he did as Kato in the Green Hornet was not for real. It was just make-believe for TV. So one time, Bruce Lee was with his student when a former boxer challenged him. All right, y'all, real voice. Let me talk for real. All right, now this is an absolutely true story. It was told by Steve Kerridge, who's written a lot of books about Bruce Lee, and I believe that right now he is currently the official Bruce Lee historian for Bruce Lee's estate. So this happened while Bruce Lee was training his student Roman Polanski. And if you don't know, Roman Polanski was a screenwriter, director, and a producer who was very popular in Hollywood in the 1960s before all of his legal problems in the 70s started, which I'm not going to be discussing any of that stuff in this video. But okay, so a little background before I tell you what happened. So Roman Polanski's wife, Sharon Tate, she was killed in the Manson family murders along with her friend, Jay Sebring. And this was all the subject of the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know, the movie where Quentin Tarantino completely trashed Bruce Lee's image. Well, the truth is that Jay Sebring is the man who basically discovered Bruce Lee in Hollywood, and Sharon Tate, she'd been one of Bruce Lee's students for several years before Bruce Lee choreographed the fights in the movie The Wrecking Crew, which starred Sharon Tate. Well, after Sharon Tate's passing, Roman Polanski was obviously very depressed, so when he returned from his trip to Europe, Bruce Lee told him that the best thing for him to get over everything is to do a lot of sports. So Roman started to train seriously with Bruce Lee towards the end of 1969. Roman Polanski even flew Bruce Lee to Switzerland in 1970 so that Bruce could give him personal lessons in Jeet Kune Do while Roman was on another Europe trip. So this story when Bruce Lee was challenged by a former boxer, that didn't happen on that Europe trip. It actually happened in Los Angeles. So like I was saying, Roman Polanski started training with Bruce Lee regularly after Sharon Tate's passing, and they were working out at the Paramount Gym. That gym was managed by a former boxer named Orlando Perry. Now, Roman Polanski, he's not exactly the symbol of masculinity, and Bruce Lee was not exactly considered a physically imposing dude back then. So this guy, Orlando Perry, he's watching them training together, and he's kind of skeptical. I mean, like, he's watching him and he's thinking that all of that Kato stuff in the Green Hornet, that stuff must only work on TV because this guy's been in the ring with real fighters as a boxer. He wasn't playing tag in these silly point karate tournaments like Chuck Norris, and he wasn't pretending to know how to fight on TV like Bruce Lee. So one day, Orlando interrupts Bruce and Roman's lesson, and he asks Bruce if he can experience Bruce Lee's famous sidekick. So Bruce hands the air shield to Orlando, and he tells him to hold it against his chest. Bruce takes one step and hits Orlando with a sidekick that knocked him back 5 meters. And when Orlando got up, he said it felt like a truck hit him. Now, this story is coming from Roman Polanski, and he said that the next time he saw Orlando Perry, Orlando told Roman that he ended up going to the hospital that night because he had 3 broken ribs. And yeah, so that's what happened. This former boxer didn't believe Bruce Lee was the real deal. He wanted to see if Bruce Lee was legit, and he ended up with 3 broken ribs to show for it. But okay, so hey guys, this video I'm kind of mocking that other Bruce Lee channel, you know, the one with all the fake stories about Bruce Lee beat up all of these people, but this actually is a real story that I read in one of Steve Kerridge's books. I have a lot more to share from stuff that I've been reading lately, like how Bruce Lee actually did get challenged by some stuntmen on a movie set in America. And there's also the sparring lesson with Larry Lee, the 3rd degree Goju Ryo black belt that I mentioned in the last video I posted. And there's even stuff that I didn't know that I've been reading about as far as what happened when Bruce was in Thailand working on The Big Boss. So stay tuned for more of these stories about Bruce Lee's real fights and challenges if you like hearing these kinds of stories. And if you want to hear more about Bruce Lee's real fights and challenges, hey, be sure to check out this video about the stuntman who challenged Bruce Lee on camera. Or you can check out this other video about the 3 stuntmen who challenged Bruce Lee while filming Enter the Dragon. And I have a lot of really cool stories to share with you guys, so I got to get back to work. But while I'm working on the next story, I hope you guys keep training, remember to breathe, and come back and holler at me on the next video.